It seems to be proper. Alright, so today we are talking about Magma Piston and similar systems. By the time we start watching this, let me tell you beforehand, this guide has been individually divided into 4 or 5 parts. It is a part of Craft Humor series. So this same video will be uploaded in Craft Humor and also in Magma Pistons. Because this is the second time I am making a video, but in very much detail on this topic. So it will be included in 2 places. In the Magma Piston section, there is how to tap into Magma Sea, how to cause a cave-in, how to build a Obsidian farm or Obsidian regenerator, how to lay out the architecture for controlled magma flow into small regions, and last but not the least, a detailed operation of Magma Piston and how to repeat it. These are the sections in which this series is divided. I'm making this specific video for the fourth time or fifth time now because of the errors. So I won't be going into too much detail. A special thanks to all the streamers and the other streamers out there for their support to the community. Blind, Aza, Further Reading, Utilu, Deep Space, Vinsanti, Zemal, Yupo, Sulfur Sal, Das Tactic, The Musicians Davus, Simeon Sober. This guide way before me in 2013 or 14. This method was discovered by Mr. Fenba on the B12 forum. So thank you for that, and thank you to the community who has worked on it. And we made a rough guide on the DF Wikipedia. That is where I was inspired to make this, and I made it. This is the improvised version in detail for its operation because most could not understand how it actually functioned the last time. Thank you for the post on Reddit and for the Wikipedia and for all the things. There are multiple methods of moving magma using the magma pump stack, which you all know. Controlled moving of magma by the usage of minecarts that go from the magma pit to upstairs by dwarf pushing it. We can use DFX and we can also build the entire fortress or the forges below. We can, while making the forges below, your dwarves will have to manually move all the stuff upstairs. This is how a magma pump stack looks like. This is a general sheet diagram with the representation of how magma is moved by minecarts. It is kicked in the magma, it comes to this track stop. From where it is pushed and it is taken to the other track stop where it dumps in the designated direction. This is the sequential controlled magma flow. But as you can see in the slots, you can just use source add magma 7 and it will fill up with magma. And that's DFX. Why would you like to go through all this tedious process of making a magma piston? It can cause a tremendous amounts of fun, such as magma piston firing in your accommodation or a tavern. It is a mini mega project to a mega project scale, and it is quite something to build and execute. It saves materials required in the pumps and the labors, and it is instantaneous process of magma teleportation. It is also a good source to produce obsidian, and it is capable of moving massive amounts of magma instantly. When should you not go for this approach? It is entirely dependent on you. If you are near a volcano, don't go for it. If there is no need to pump magma upstairs, don't go for it. If you plan to have forges below or a magma sea level city, don't go for it. And if your dwarves are in a horrible mood, don't go for it. It's a bad idea. What are the requirements of magma piston? Like what should be there for making it? The most important thing is you need to know how your caverns are. Such as if your cavern has a vertical ravine, then don't go for it. But if it is a small cavern of 3 to 5, 10 layers, I understand it is quite possible to make it. Then you need to plan it very detailed. Otherwise, this execution can fail and it will lead to a lot of time loss. Aquifer is fine as long as it is not a heavy aquifer. Even if it is a heavy aquifer, it is quite executable. But I don't suggest in a heavy aquifer you go for it. But it is possible. I have done it on a light aquifer in this guide. You need to have a source of water for its execution. You need to know what is magma tapping and need to know how to make a drain. And you need to know how to isolate certain areas at execution time for it. What is the concept of multiple floor caving? As you know, you can channel blocks, which leads to formation of a V shape. But we understand for 5, 10 levels it is easily possible. But when you want to make it for a 110 level, it takes a serious amount of time and lot of fun can happen over it. So you see this small ring, you make a support first, and you make a small ring upstairs, which is unsupported by blocks on all sides. And then below this ring, exactly below this ring, you dig out the same square. On the outside of the ring are walls. On the inside of the ring is a piston. So basically, you are digging out the square outside of the piston with a suspended ring above it, which is supported by a support, as it is seen in this diagram and in this diagram. So when this support is removed after digging everything, every single floor beneath it which is dug out collapses and you get a clear piston, not a single block inside. If it is dug, if there is a undug stone wall, then it won't execute. You have to do it multiple, like you have to do it manually, and it is very hard. One more thing, if there is a dwarf near this or beneath this, it will be instantly killed. Here you can see the ring clearly. The advantages of multi-floor caving or causing a cave-in, cavern collapse in other words, is it saves a lot of time and micromanagement and channeling is avoided. I have mentioned the disadvantages. You can use DFX or drop a cat in the cavern or you can send a dwarf party to just explore the caverns. The dimension choosing of the piston, it is entirely on you why you need it. But if you need a lot of magma, the piston size should be normally big. You need small use such as here for this, then 3 by 3 does it. You need it for a moat or those big magma traps such as blind RL mix. Then you need a very big piston. Now, now since we are on this, there are two types of pistons. The first type is a very small piston which is 3 by 3 dimension and the other is a massive piston like 10 by 10, 15 by 15 which is 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks thick which teleports equal amount of magma such as we are talking 10 by 10, 10 east, 10 south, 100 blocks and multiply by 3, 300 blocks. So 10 times 100 into 3, 300, 300 by 7, 2100. We are talking about teleporting 2100 amounts of magma of the piston. So that is a tremendous amount of magma which can be used, but this type of piston under normal circumstances can only be used once. But if you plan to use it twice, you need serious architecture and planning to execute the same piston twice, to use the same piston twice, which is not easy, but it is possible. I thought on it, using the regenerator and a series of pumps and pumping controlled amount of magma in the head of the piston you can execute it. But it is extremely tedious and not recommended. Here you can see the obsidian regenerator. Here you can see the piston. Ignore the central channel part. This is the piston or lower section with magma over there and a support which when removed the piston falls down and the magma goes up. And this is the portable drain. This is how a portable drain is made. A magma safe track stop and a piston. The track stop is pumping into the wall, and this is basically a quantum stockpile with not a single stockpile linked with no conditions, and it is dumping into the wall, and it is one layer below the magma chamber so that the magma flows below. This is how the magma reservoir looks like when pumped, and this is the iron support upon which there is this piston as depicted in the diagram. This is the obsidian retainer or regenerator. There is two floodgates here. When we want to fill it up, and when we retract the bridge, this water falls on top of this piston exactly like this, and the magma is turned into obsidian and we can release the piston. This is magma holding chamber, and this is the top of the piston. When the piston falls down, when the support is removed, this magma is teleported upstairs. This is the layout. This is the layout of the top of the piston, and this is the layout when there is magma at the top, because one Z level falls down, and these are all the individual rooms over here where the magma will flow when the bridge is lowered. We do this so that all the magma does not flow in randomly, control it sequentially step by step, and it is executed. These are the forces above it. This is even a smaller design for even a better control. This is how the bottom side of the piston looks like when it is full. These are the drains. The bigger the drain or the multiple the drains, the faster your magma will flow out, and this will cool down. This is the piston top side, when not filled up actually. It falls down one Z level and magma is teleported upstairs. So it looks like this, something like this. And lastly, this is how obsidian regenerator when it looks like when it is full of water. Close the floodgate, lower the bridge when you are ready, but retract the bridge when you are ready. And all the water falls on top of this, on this, and it becomes obsidian. When it is empty, extend the bridge, open the floodgate, fill it with water, and then close it again. And there you go, your regenerator is ready. This is the first part of firing, and you can follow me on YouTube or you can follow me on Twitch. And it would mean a lot if you do. And let's continue to the other section. Alright, alright, so let's learn about. There are four things: magma sea tapping, caving, obsidian retainer design, and magma distribution line. So, for making it easy, let's just open it with good old DLC. So in this video, we are going to tap into magma sea. Also dig below and discover eventually warm stone. You should dig above and below it, not that block, but around that block, and explore the design of your magma sea. So there will be eventually one layer at the topmost, below which is magma. So in my case, that is the topmost layer, and beneath it the magma sea starts. So on that layer, if I dig, no magma will flow in, but there will be magma below it. At the bottom side I'm making a drain, and at the top side the channel blocks, that is also a drain. One is a minecart drain and one being close to the border is a portable drain. As you can see, there is magma below it, not adjoining it, so it did not flow in. Can we make a copper grate, iron grate? Now you can see there is one bridge for the minecart drain, so that it will be always be raised up unless I want it to drain, and the adjoining bridge is failing, makes things much easier. We are going to watch a multi-floor cave in. This is the top ring, and beneath it would be there is a single pillar supporting it, right? Observe that. And below it are floors, individual floors, and there was an aquifer layer as well over there. The ring, the area dug below the ring is of the same dimension. See, there is an aquifer, but the area below the ring is dug out in exact same dimension. Yeah, throughout all the 110 levels, it is exactly the same. And the center, the piston is intact. Not a single block of the piston is dug. There is aquifer, there is caverns, there is three caverns, there is water coming, but we have dug it. Now what is happening here is there is two two parts of the piston because there is a cavern in between. So what we do is you need to connect those two pistons. So after the cave in, the upper piston is going to fall on the lower piston. The upper piston has been smoothened up, so it has no one or two blocks irregular. Well, you can connect it even if it is irregular, but it requires a tedious amount of time. What I have done is I have made scaffolding. After scaffolding, I have channeled out the blocks. It won't fall down because there is a floors connected. So those two layers of irregular blocks I have made scaffolding and I have channeled those two layers. Only those two layers between the cavern. So that the top rock pillar falls on the bottom rock pillar, but not into the magma reservoir, just on top of each other. Now it will be self-explanatory. Over here, there was no piston here before, but the top fell down 2 blocks. So now that it has fallen down 2 blocks, my magma storage room at the top will be 2 blocks below, which is over here. This is where we are going to make retractable bridges and all the other apparatus. Not this level, one level below this. I also made this mistake. One level below this one. This is the top of the piston. Z0, make it Z1. It is Z0 elevation, no? Make it Z minus. Alright, now we are going to take a look at the Obsidian retainer design. So as you can see, there is a water source over here, which is my 3 out of 7 water mode. And we are making a floor over here, and this is the piston over here. See, there is a piston below, and the mode is exactly up. The Obsidian retainer is directly above it. And now we have made all the flooring around it, and there is this retractable bridge. So that's that really. it just retracts and drops below, and they are going to make walls and all. They are going to make a entry for water from here, and there is a floodgate over here. Not here, and water just comes in and drops over here. It gets stored until 3 by 7, and when I retract, the entire mass will fall below. And because the floodgate over here is closed, excess water won't come and disturb the entire process. I will show you the distribution line now. But this is the top surface which is channeled so that a 3 by 3 workshop can sit over here, and there is the magma storage at the piston top, and it will go from here like this. As you can see, this is the distribution line, and all these bridges are there. You can check out the video of how to link these bridges one by one to all the levers, so that step by step magma can go forward in these slots. These are all the levers over here, and there are all these workshops over here, and this is the channel through which the magma will flow slowly. There is all there is really to it. And now I shall make this main video and show you the entire structure in full-fledged form, but that will be another video. Again, I will show you the entire design. So this is the Obsidian caster, and right below it is the piston. As soon as this water drops, it will drop on this piston. When it will be below, and magma will be here. There is a bridge to drain the magma in case. This is my lever room. It is very important for me, at least, to mark that. Now from here starts the aquifer layer. Layer 1 and layer 2 and layer 3. And then all this water is falling below continuously. Because of the cave-in, every single block, between this was removed. Here I have 4 bridges, 4 retracting bridges, and the water falls here and all over here, and it gets drained because of this. So no water, a single drop falls below. So all this magma is intact, and there are this one major drain and one minor drain, and this is where I have tapped into the magma. So if I am to pull this lever, but what will come and pull this lever now? Now you will see this drops down. Okay, there is dust on the right side, not magma mist. If I were to do this for this, then you can see there is pure magma. Now, because we micromanaged everything, we will pull this lever so that this bridge drops down and there will be magma here. And at the bottom, we will pull this lever so that this bridge is open, because we want this section to get drained as fast as possible. So let's wait for it. See, all the magma will go into this and it will get drained, giving us access to dig this block. I will show you how to dig it. Even if you are unable to make a magma piston, or if you are unable to execute it, don't feel bad. It is a very complicated project, including caving, tapping in, making obsidian, making mechanism and micromanaging things. There is no need to feel bad about yourself. You have done enough already. Now you can see there is magma here, but is it operate? No, it is not operating yet. No. Now we are going to make obsidian. This lever can be deconstructed. This lever can also be deconstructed. Now if I pull this lever, that dwarf has pulled this lever. Excellent. And now you know how to make obsidian. What a nice spot you have chosen to play, little dwarf. Pull that lever. Pull that lever, please. Now I am going to pull this lever to let the water come in. And I shall let yes, let the water come in now. It is obsidian, there is magma here. But now you will think, sniper, why little magma came? Why are we doing this? The reason is simple. That was the first time we did it, no? That was the first time we did it. Because my temperature is on, one by one, this blocks will start to cool down. Have some patience. Let's listen some music and just wait. It takes some time, not too much, but some time. There is one more way which I myself will implement to drain the magma from here, but nah, that would be not wrong. It involves the raising up of bridges. The legendary miner camp. Now here if you dig this block, whoever is beneath it is instantly dead. We do not want that. We want the support to be constructed first. You go to task. Now this guy is going to construct that building. Now while he constructs that building, we can order it to be dug out. This is the most efficient way. execute this. Now when this block is dug out, I can start working on this. But before that, you want to go here, link, and link it to this lever immediately. This is going to be one fucking long video. What can I do? Concept is the same. I actually broke it into parts, but I will stitch it up. We sure do have a lot of pigtail. Now this Gabbro is linked. I'll lock this door. I'll start this pump manually. In the meantime, let's see if it is not linked. But dwarf will come and start pumping magma. Okay, the dwarf has linked it. Now we just wait for a dwarf to come and manually pump this. Yes, he is pumping it now. Use magma safe materials to make the pillar and the mechanism for else it is of no good use, it can melt immediately. See? Now it is functional now. There you go. There you go. Now we can extend it because there is substantial amount of magma variance. But at the same time, they are going to pull the lever. Wait for it to stabilize. There is no need to rush. Wait for it to stabilize. It will stabilize on its own. All the threes will be terminated. See? We can actually pull one more. Actually, why not? Let them pull it. It will stabilize on its own. Now, give it some time to stabilize, to equally distribute all the magma. It will flow from a point of higher pressure to a point of lower pressure, but it will flow, and it will try to distribute among three or four now because of the volume of it. What we want is force beneath the fortress, so wait for that to occur. Alright, that much is enough for now. It will work eventually. Now we pull out the retainer because we are firing it multiple times now. Either ways it works. And repeat simple as that once more, and you will have this much filled out or this much perhaps, because the most I see is 4. Alright, so if you guys understood any new concepts, any new methods to execute stuff, how to pump magma from 110 levels below with the help of only one pump, and the mechanics and the stuff associated with it, and any other thing, I hope you like it. I hope you learned something, and consider maybe it would be nice to if you guys followed or you guys subscribed on YouTube, maybe leave a like, understood. But the last thing associated with this would be to answer this question. The drawbridges are important because if you do not use those, then the piston won't fall down. Yes, the more drainage there is there at the bottom of it, the faster it will drain. So this is clear now, Tabor. Yes, Dwarf Fortress reveal command is good, but if somebody wants to go vanilla, they can apply the other things. Dropping the floor causes a massive cave-in, which destroys all the floors beneath it. Rather than channeling manually, I have seen that channeling causes more fun than cave-in. Cave-in can kill a few. Channeling always fucking spam and forever hard rods. I told you how to cross the Aquifer by using retractable bridges just above the bottom part of the piston, where it is safe and you can just cause it to drain into a minecart or whatever is accessible possible for you. The cavern holes can be sorted out by deleting the. There is a piston has two parts, right? You smooth out the top, you smooth out the bottom, make it perfectly square so that its faces are aligned with each other like this. And when it drops, it will get welded like I have shown in my video, which is there in Dwarven Fortress Magma Piston section. A special small section for all the videos with no picking me too much, and it's just music and video. You can just watch and understand. The guide has been updated. Yes, everything I've spoken is demonstrated here. This is the full diagram of automated piston up to some extent. Now I will add the links over here, and thank you for watching. Thank you for having your patience with this. I hope you learn and hope you try. And see you. Goodbye. Thank you.